All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Dustin, and you know what? I've come to realize that making games is very hard, and making it in your own game engine is even harder because every time like you're working on something and you end up finding other bugs and you have to go and fix it yourself. You can't just wait for a plugin or an update. It's all on you to actually make sure it happens. Same goes with like flow. I'm working on the editor at the same time, and if you want to have good flow, you got to fix it yourself. Good flow, get good workflow in the editor. You got to fix all that stuff yourself. So anyway, this is just going to be another devlog, and we're just going to talk about things I've been doing in these past couple weeks and some of the progress that I've made. It's actually going pretty good, but man, is it hard. All right, see you soon. Okay, so let's actually take a look here at some of the things that we've been working on. So right here, you can see we got the guy here. He's moving around. This was the same as last time. That's the same, but let's actually restart this. As you see, we have this one coin. We're gonna have two types of coins, and here I called them a static coin and a dynamic coin. And I made those into prefabs, so I can just I only made the static coin into a prefab. So let's actually make the dynamic coin into a prefab. What's the only difference right here? It's going to be a dynamic body type. So that's what we're going to be using here, but they both have the same script. So right here, they have a pickup script. So all items that you can pick up in the game will have a pickup script, and they'll have a different type that you can set it to here. Okay, so what I can do here is actually go to dynamic coin, and let's go create prefab, and it automatically creates my dynamic coin prefab. And I also have a prefab editor. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I have a prefab editor, and we can go to edit prefab here, and then it opens up this editor here. So it's still a little bit buggy. Not sure why it's not zooming. I used to be able to zoom. I must have changed something, but that's okay. But anyway, that's it right there. And it's a dynamic coin, and you can see all these different components, and you can change them. And what you could do is, now that we have a prefab, we can actually go back here and we can drag this into the scene. So if we have a tile map editor here, I added these ruler bars as well. I also changed how I did the grid. So previously, I did the grid in a naive way where I would actually draw rectangles, but I've changed that now, and now it's completely done with shaders. So the shader controls the grid. And yeah, so I can drag this into the scene. I should be able to drag it into the scene. Cool. And you see it created another dynamic coin there, and I can move it around. Actually, if I just change it to this, I can move it here. I also added this here. So now every time you select something, it'll get this yellow stencil border around it. So that's cool. Not sure why I can't select that. So looks like my picking's not working, but I could pick it that way, and that's fine. So we're gonna have to figure out that. So yeah, that's another problem. So every time, I'm making stuff, and you end up with other bugs. Like as you make other changes, you end up with more bugs. So I've got to figure out this issue as well and just make another issue and work on that. So anyway, so what I've been working on is I've been adding in these two different ones. So you have these dynamic coins here, and you have static coins. So you can gather each. Right now they just have a value of 200, but they're scriptable, so you can change it to whatever you want. And then I have this here. So now I have something called like a restart. So you die and you go back to the most recent checkpoint. But see, it happens like right away. Now, I'm going to have to put a little stop there. So when I do it, so now we're at 0. If I die, you actually go to the upgrade screen. So it's going to bring up this upgrade screen. So this is controlled by both. I can do the keyboard, or you can actually pull the scroll bar here and move it as well. That's to simulate the touch. For a touchscreen, you can also touch like this. That's to simulate the touch when you're actually touching it. Okay. So we can double click on that. You can click on these, cancel. You can buy it, and it will buy it. So we're going to stop this now. This is one of the ideas that I'm working on here. Is you're going to have an upgrade screen. So instead of a game over screen, you're going to be able to buy extra lives and stuff like that to help you get through the level. And so that's what I've been working on right now. But there's another thing. So if we started here, I've also been working on getting my cutscenes to work. So I already had the cutscene editor, So you can actually run little cutscenes here. It's still a little bit buggy, but you can add different slots like zoom camera, add a dialogue. You could do that stuff. Now, we already knew that we could do that. Now let's go to let's actually go to the scripts real fast. So if I go to this one here, we can check out here. I have this commented out right now. Let's actually uncomment this. Cool. So what this is going to do here, if you can see it, sorry, it's on a different screen. I'm going to have to look over to it. So you can see, so if a new game session, we're going to do the, actually, you know what? We're not going to do the game session part because I'm going to run it straight in the level. So we can actually just comment this out. Save it. Let's come back over here and let's run it. Should run the cutscene right away. So yeah, it's just a little dialogue box. It says time to F something up. Just something for fun. And you see it's like a little glitchy coming out of it. I don't like that. I'm going to have to fix that. But what that does is it will, right here, if you come back over to the programming, I have this here little timer manager. So after 1 second, I'm going to pause all the scripts. There's a problem there. Like the reason why is because when I want to run this, I'm actually running this when you first come into the state. So right here, if I go to the title state, I can run it. So where is that? Right here. So if start game, then I want to change scene and go to the change state and go to the scene. So I want to change from the title state and go into the test level. So it's going to change the scene. But the problem is I need to pause all the scripts. When you pause the scripts, you want to pause everything that has a script component, right? So let's actually go back in here. So if I go to my player, the player will have a script component. But if I pause it too early, the scene isn't loaded yet. So it's not going to pause this. Also, what else has a script component is this here. This is a kinetic block here. Say we pause it too late, it'll already start moving, and then you're pausing the script so it doesn't stop it from moving. Because when you have kinetic blocks inside with Box 2D, you can set the velocity, but you also have to stop the velocity. Nothing will stop it. It'll go through anything if it's kinetic body type. Okay. So anyway, let's actually give this a little run. I'll show you what I want to do here. So what we can do here is actually change this and go to the scenes. I've added a splash scene here. Oh, we got to go to tile map editor. We got to drag this in. Cool. So we got that in. And then I want to go to my state manager. So inside of my state manager, I actually want to start from the splash state. So here. And we can actually run this now. So what it's going to do is going to run the splash scene or the splash state. And then that's basically just says JADE-ite and has some cool shader effects. I added that as well. I've added the ability to add different shaders. These are game shaders. So these are loaded at runtime, not engine shaders. And you can add it to the whole screen, or you can add it to each sprite themselves can have a sprite effect is what I call it, but it's just a shader really. So here, this is also a shader that's running right now. And if I hit it, we go with this. And we can load the level. So because I paused the script so I can't move, right? But if I keep going over here and get up here. Oh, I died. Let's see if I can get it. Oof. So I got these through tiles. Yeah, see? This guy should not be there. But it kept, because the script paused, but we set the velocity, so it just kept going. Nothing was stopping it. It should be over here and push you into those spikes. Anyway. So that's another bug that I have to fix. Alright. And this should also have controller support as well. Now, I don't have that. So I got a controller here. Now, I don't actually have controller support set up for these yet, but hold on. For like the game, so actually let's not run it from there. Actually, yeah. So let's change this back to what I had. So we'll go here, and we're still on the scenes, but I want the test level. Bring that in. So we have our test level. Got our guy there. He's in like a punch animation. And I actually want to come back over here and comment out, not this, I need to go back to game state, comment this stuff out, uncomment this, because what this is going to do is it's going to start a new game and start us with 1 refresh instead of 0. Okay, so we got that, and then we can go back over here, and I want to change what state gets pushed first. I don't want to start at splash state. I want to start at the game state. Cool. So now it should run back again with just our guy. Cool. Those fall. Those are going to be our dynamic coins. Right now they're just 200, like I said before. But they're scriptable, so from scripts. And what I want with you're going to have your static coins that you can get everywhere, and you're going to need coins to get through levels. That's part of the game. You're going to need to be able to buy upgrades and stuff to keep going, because there's going to be little traps and stuff. And you're always going to be able to start. Like, you're not going to be able to, you're never going to get a game over per se, but you're always going to have to keep gathering things to keep going. So, oh yeah. So right now, what I wanted to do is, as you can see, we don't have, the controller's not doing anything here. It should move our guy. You can't see them, but there's little things here. Now, the reason why they're not there is because we hide them. So if actually, let's go back over here. And I can't remember where I have them hidden, but I think it's just, if I go Android, I should be able to find it. Yeah. If there is, so in the main HUD, if Android, so we're hiding the buttons. Let's not hide the buttons. And let's come over here and start it. And yeah, you see these buttons, I can actually move the player using these buttons, and you can jump. And you can grab, like if I get over there and I push this button to grab, all that works. All these work. This eventually will have your menu that opens up. We don't have that yet, but eventually we'll have that in. So we actually don't need those, but what I want to do, we don't need those right now. So what I want to do is actually come back over here, turn that back on, because we don't need to see those, because I'm playing on PC, so I don't need to see the touch buttons. And then we come back over here. Great stuff. We can stop this. Now I want to get this controller to work, and all I have to do is I have these input actions here. So I have left button press, up button press. So let's actually just do left button press right now. So right now you see it has gamepad button. Well, which one do I want to do? So I click on none here, and it's going to wait. And if I push this, bang, see, I got my D-pad left. That's what I want for left. And we can do the same for up, right, down. Now jump, I'm going to pick A, this style controller. A, I guess, maybe B, but we'll pick A for now. And then action, I will pick X. Cool. And I'll make sure everything is saved. And it should, if everything was hooked up correctly, that should work. So if I go here, and there we go. See, our guy's moving. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's much easier with a controller. And then you gotta swing. You gotta build momentum here. Now, this is just something I threw in just to make sure I got my anchors working and joints working, and that's great. So get this guy swinging. And then you let go. Now, we don't need to do that because right now you can jump onto there. But eventually, like if that was a bit closer, it'd be better. I still got to work on level. Making levels is hard. That's another thing. Like level design, all this stuff is very hard. Look at that. Got controllers working. Very nice. All right. All right. So that's it for this video. I've been going through a lot of different things, a lot of changes, a lot of improvements. But also every time I make an improvement, I find another bug. So it's like, you go forward and you go back, go forward and go back. I still have so much to do, but this game's coming along. It's coming along very well. Yeah, so lots of great things coming up. And you know what? Let me know, are you working on a game? Are you interested in this game? So also, you know what? If you're building a game from scratch or you're building an engine from scratch, let me know, right? Or if you're just curious and you want to keep following along, follow my progress. My goal is to eventually ship this game on my, like 6 months from now, I want to have this game fully shipped on both Android and Steam. Let's see how it goes. I still have music to work on. I still have art to work on, and I'm trying. My goal is to get all the mechanics done with this type of art style, and then start working on all the art stuff and music stuff. And that's gonna most of my time is focusing on mechanics and making sure my Android port works and making sure everything is not too slow or not too buggy. So this is very hard to do, and it's easy to underestimate the amount of work that it's going to take. So anyway, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And I'll make, and you know what, tell me some of the problems that you're working on or dealing with right now. Are you using your own game engine, a custom game engine, or are you using one of the battle tested game engines like Unreal, Unity, Godot? What are you guys using right now? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Also, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that's it. Take it easy.